10 comebacks. The 10 greatest women in sports. Want to see who's number one? Watch all the way to the end of the show. Sports fans love it, and you will too. That's the short list, counting down the top 10 of everything in sports. Only from SSN, the Cindy Sports Network.
The Upper Peninsula's new CBS station, WZMQ 19.
Everyone, I'm Kevin Hodge. Tonight on your WZMQ 19 News, Michigan leaders announced their goals for using AI at the Mackinac Policy Conference. Plus, the Trump administration pushes to move ahead with tariffs, with the federal trade court ruling against them yesterday. We'll have the latest live from Washington, D.C. And the CDC says the U.S. is seeing a significant decline in the country's birth rate. We'll hear why some families are hesitant to have children. Your 19 News at 6 starts now.
Live from the UP, this is WZMQ 19 News at 6.
Hey, Kelly, how are things shaping up out there?
Yeah, Kevin, not too bad regionally across the area. We are seeing some cloud cover, especially on our 19 News sky cam of downtown Marquette, but we do have some sun shining. We do have some clearing in the cloud cover, so that's the good news. We are going to be talking a little bit more about this air quality warning really going to be affecting your Friday. I'll have more information on that. That's for the western half of the Upper Peninsula. For tonight, expect the sunshine for the rest of the night, increasing cloud cover with temperatures into the lower 60s with a few showers to start off your morning tomorrow. More details on all of that in a few seconds.
All right, thanks, Kelly. A measles case has been detected in Marquette County. It was reported today by the Marquette County Health Department. Exposure sites in Marquette currently being monitored are the Marquette Food Co-op on May 20th between the hours of 6 p.m. and 10 p.m., Midas Auto on May 21st between noon and 2:30, and Moonspun Wool from May 19th to May 21st between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Anyone who visited these locations at any of these times should contact the Marquette County Health Department and monitor any possible symptoms for 21 days. We'll have more information on WZMQ19.com. And just announced at the Mackinac Policy Conference today, Michigan is stepping into the future with a new plan to harness the power of artificial intelligence. The state's new AI workforce plan aims to create 130,000 good-paying jobs and drive up to $70 billion in economic impact over the next decade. Officials say AI could reshape nearly 3 million jobs statewide, especially in manufacturing. The plan focuses on boosting education, preparing businesses to adopt AI, and making sure all Michiganders have access to the tools they need to thrive in a tech-driven economy.
As a state, as an employer, and as a state who serves people across Michigan, we know that we need to be using AI as a tool.
You can read more about both announcements on our website, WZMQ19.com. Yesterday, a federal court blocked President Trump from imposing sweeping tariffs on imports under an emergency powers law. It could be a major legal setback for the Trump administration's trade agenda. However, breaking late this afternoon, a federal appeals court delivered some positive news for the administration. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Brendan Scanlon is live to break down the latest and what comes next. Brendan, good evening.
Hey there, Kevin. Good evening to you. Well, it was back in April when President Trump imposed sweeping, what he calls reciprocal tariffs, on many key trading partners and allies across the globe using special economic emergency powers granted to the president under a 1970s law. But a few judges in New York said Wednesday that the president went far beyond the powers that were afforded to him.
If you look at that.
Earlier this year, President Trump rolled out sweeping reciprocal tariffs targeting trade partners without getting approval from Congress. He used a decades-old law, the 1977 International Emergency Economic Powers Act, to justify the move. But this week, a three-judge panel in New York sided with legal challenges to the tariffs, temporarily putting the brakes on an economic cornerstone to Trump's second term.
The courts should have no role here. There is a troubling and dangerous trend of unelected judges inserting themselves into the presidential decision-making process.
White House officials called the ruling ridiculous. Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt saying an emergency appeal was filed quickly.
And we intend to win. We already filed an emergency appeal. We expect to fight this battle all the way to the Supreme Court.
Still, the ruling leaves open a narrow path. The White House said President Trump still has other tools like Section 232 to protect U.S. trade interests. However, the lack of stability surrounding the fluctuating tariffs as well as legal uncertainty is creating headaches for supply chain professionals.
We have to understand, to make investment decisions, we need to understand what are the policies going to be in the future. And right now, the policies seem to be changing on a week-to-week basis. So it's very difficult to make investment decisions when the rules of the game are changing frequently.
Brian Layden says the impact will be felt by both manufacturers and consumers.
Anytime you have volatility in the supply chain, it's going to create uncertainty and it's going to create issues for manufacturers and for consumers.
And Kevin, breaking late this afternoon, a federal appeals court granted the administration's request to pause the New York ruling, giving the White House some temporary breathing room. It's yet another example of the legal tug of war that is making it very difficult for business leaders like Brian Layden, who you just heard from, to make business decisions when he, again, tells me, quote, when the rules of the game are changing so quickly. Reporting live on Capitol Hill for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Brendan Scanlon. Kevin, back to you.
Brendan, thank you very much. According to the CDC, American families are having fewer kids, which has contributed to a decline in our birth rate recently. A couple of factors could play into this, from concerns about the future to people focusing on their careers. And of course, it can be costly to have a kid. Our Washington, D.C. correspondent Rachel Knapp spoke with some lawmakers who have different ideas on how to help new parents. Rachel, good evening to you.
Well, good evening, Kevin. So it can be pretty overwhelming if you're about to have a new addition to the family or even becoming a parent for the first time. You might not know what resources you have available. And of course, those hospital bills, they can be pretty pricey to have a baby. So I spoke with some senators on both sides of the aisle about their different pieces of legislation on how to help families and babies. According to a Lending Tree study, families spend almost a fifth of their annual income on child-related expenses. The cost of childcare, extracurricular activities, and basic food and care costs have continued to rise.
The thing I heard over and over again is it's harder and harder to afford kids.
Pennsylvania Senator Dave McCormick is co-sponsoring the so-called Moms Act. The legislation would create a website of resources, pregnancy.gov, for expecting and postpartum moms. It aims to give women increased access to adoption agencies, pregnancy resource centers, health and well-being services, including financial, nutritional, and child care assistance.
The Moms Act is meant to help women, in particular moms, have the kind of support pre-birth, postpartum, to be able to early childhood education, counseling, the kind of support they need to be able to make it through some of those difficult periods. And we need to support moms, we need to support families.
The United States is one of the most expensive countries in the world to have a baby. In New York, a traditional birth can cost upwards of $8,000. When you're having a baby, the last thing you should be worried about is how to pay your hospital bills.
New York Senator Kirsten Gillibrand is sponsoring legislation that would make childbirth free for families with private insurance.
It would do so by categorizing all expenses associated with prenatal, childbirth, and postpartum services as essential health benefits and requiring insurance companies to fully cover those costs so that families don't have to pay. This includes ultrasound, fetal monitoring, labor and delivery, and postpartum care, including physical and mental health support for a year after giving birth.
So far, both of these legislative pieces have not made it far in the Senate. Reporting live for WZMQ 19 News, I'm Rachel Knapp. Kevin, back to you.
Rachel, thank you very much as always. Your first warning weather forecast is after the break. Kelly will let us know how our weekend is shaping up. And later, golfers take to the course to raise money for the Soo Line steam engine. We'll tell you how the community is looking to preserve the historical landmark. We'll be right back.
May is Maytag month at Kirkish Furniture. It's the biggest sale of the year all month long on all Maytag major appliances. Buy 2 select laundry appliances and get up to $100 in bonuses. May is Maytag month at Kirkish Furniture in Houghton.
Live CBS June 8th.
Experience the magic that only Broadway can bring.
CBS presents
The best of Broadway all in one night.
It's Broadway's biggest night, and CBS is your front row seat.
To the theater!
Cynthia Erivo hosts the Tony Awards.
The Tony Awards. The Tony Awards.
Live June 8th on CBS and streaming on Paramount+.
Closed captioning sponsored by Range Bank of Upper Michigan.
John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to get their car fixed. John's Auto is quickly becoming everybody's favorite place to fix their car. Was that right? For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market. Why do I keep forgetting that word? Experience. Okay, go. 3, 2. For a better service experience, come to John's Auto Market.
And don't forget,
This is home for CBS. WZMQ 19.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Shunk Furniture.
It's Shunk Furniture's outdoor sale. A truckload of quality Amish-made furniture just arrived, over 200 pieces to choose from. Everything from pub tables and stools to end tables in the latest colors, like the Packers, Northern, even purple, or custom order in the colors you like. Adirondack chairs come 4 ways: the regular height seat, the folding, the glider, and the high seat to make it easy to get up. You can order benches and picnic tables too in the colors you like. Shop Shunks at Marquette today.
QTV19 First Warning Weather with meteorologist Kelly Rowland.
Welcome back.
Now,
Before we get into our
WZMQ
weekend
TV19
outlook, I wanted
First Warning
to
Weather
take a look
with meteorologist
at
Kelly
pattern change
Rowland.
that we've had recently, and that has to do with the shifting patterns of tornadoes here. Let me get this graphic going for you in the First Warning Weather Center. Now, this has been a very active tornado season so far. Really, since 2011, we've had the most active start to the tornado season this year. Same with last year. 1,018 tornadoes reported across 36 states. That is tied again with last year's season. Most of this has been contained into the Mississippi Valley, but what's interesting is this is the tornado alley that we know since 1950, but the continuing trend over the last 45 years is there's been a shift in the number of tornadoes east of the Great Plains, and not only that, but they're happening in more populated areas. So now more than ever, it's really important to stay weather aware, not just for tornadoes, but all watches and warnings. Tornadoes don't know state boundaries, county boundaries, they just know the ingredients that it takes to form, so we have to be weather aware no matter what. Temperatures right now, finally, we are seeing above average. We're into the mid to upper 70s across most of the Upper Peninsula with partly cloudy skies, lots of sun shining here. Weather alerts, this is the air quality warning to the western half of the Upper Peninsula. This is mainly going to impact your Friday, so if you have any upper respiratory issues, asthma, any heart diseases, it's going to be very important to avoid outdoor activities. Keep those windows closed overnight, and if you're going to put the air on in your car, try to have it circulate throughout the car, not pulling the air from the outside. Now, this is happening because of the wildfire smoke plumes that are currently into Manitoba and Saskatchewan up to Canada. There's going to be a cold front that's going to be sagging down into the Upper Peninsula and into Wisconsin, most of the U.S. South of us. It's going to bring that smoke with the cold front, so it's going to bring cooler temperatures, but it's also going to bring some of that smoke into the area, and it's going to be the worst for Friday morning. Conditions will start to improve once we get into the weekend, but for tomorrow, you are going to want to avoid being outside. It's going to be very dense smoke at times, and you might even be able to see it outside, but again, it's going to bring some cooler temperatures and even a few rain showers firing up for your Friday morning. These are when conditions will start to clear out smoke-wise and cloud-wise, really, as we get through the weekend. So that's the most important thing as we look towards the weekend and into the week ahead, is that air quality warning for your Friday, basically, and that ends as we get into Saturday. And we'll have sunny skies to round off May. Sunday is June 1st. That marks the start of meteorological summer, and that's really going to kick into gear once we get to the first few days of June. We are going to have much more sunshine and warmer temperatures, close to 80 degrees on some days.
Kelly, thank you very much. And coming up next on Insights, we're talking with the executive director of Visit Keweenaw to hear about the preparations underway for one of their biggest summer events, the Johannes Summer Solstice Celebration. That conversation in 2 minutes.
Hey everyone, Emerald Lagasse here, and I'm so excited to tell you about my French door Air Fryer 360. This is my biggest air fryer yet. Extra large 26 quart capacity. Cook with up to 70% less calories from fat than deep frying. That's a big deal, my friend. It's all about the air crisp technology. 360 degrees of superheated air gives you fast, even cooking. With 24 preset cooking functions, doesn't get any easier, folks. My 10-in-1 French door air fryer 360s grills, air fries, dehydrates, roasts, bakes, broils, proofs, slow cooks, and toasts. I mean, this baby does it all. These French doors are a game changer. I mean, look at how easy that is. One-handed. It's super stylish and super easy to use. Every kitchen needs one of these.
Cook for your entire family in one compact kitchen appliance. Now find out how you can try Emerald Lagasse's 26-quart French door air fryer 360 with 3 cooking tiers, fetch tool, air frying rack, and drip tray in your home for 30 days for just $14.99. Order now and you'll also get Emerald's air fryer favorites recipe book. And we'll automatically upgrade you to our bonus cooking kit free. You get bonus number 1. The baking pan to broil and bake family-sized meals. Bonus number 2, the crisper basket for golden, delicious air-fried food without oil. Bonus number 3, the rotisserie spit set for the most delicious chicken you've ever tasted. Bonus number 4, our grill plate to sizzle succulent steaks. And a 100% satisfaction guarantee. Plus, find out how you can get free shipping. This offer will not last, so call or click now to order.
You're gonna love it. I guarantee it.
To order and take advantage of this TV-only offer, call 1-800-460-4496. That's 1-800-460-4496 or go to emeraldfrenchdoor360.com. Call today.
You're watching WZMQ 19 News, live and local, with Kevin Hodge.
Welcome back, everyone. The Keweenaw is getting ready for one of their biggest events of the summer. The Johannes Summer Solstice Celebration is right around the corner. Joining us tonight is Executive Director of Visit Keweenaw, Brad Barnett. Brad, thanks so much for hopping on with us today.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. So the excitement is growing. It's almost here, just about a month away. What's going on? How's it feeling up there?
I tell you, everything is looking fantastic. The Keweenaw is shining bright right now. Beautiful weather happening throughout the week, and we're just crossing our fingers it's the same for solstice weekend. But even if not, we're going to have a lot of fun, a lot of good energy, celebrating the solstice, and then, of course, celebrating the Keweenaw's deep and rich history when it comes to Finnish culture. So we're jazzed to get going.
Excellent. Yeah, can you give us more background on how this started and just the community involved?
Yeah, so Johannes is a Finnish tradition, also celebrated in other parts of sort of the Swedish, Norwegian area as well. And so Johannes has been celebrated in the Keweenaw for quite some time. However, this is the first year in which the city of Hancock and Visit Keweenaw have come together to really kind of do the event justice. We've had the opportunity to partner with the Finnish Long Drink Company to come in as a sponsor to kind of like really lean into this longest day of the year and embrace again this identity that the Keweenaw has and its Finnish heritage and culture with celebrating like the longest day of the year, the real start to summer. And just getting outdoors and enjoying each other's company. So it came together because we were just looking for a great opportunity to celebrate those ideas, and we had the right partners to come together and put it together.
Excellent, excellent. What can you tell us about what preparations are being done right now?
Yeah, so this is a 3-day event. We're kicking off on Friday evening, June 20th. That will start with a Johanna Koko, a bonfire at Porvoo Park in downtown Hancock. We'll have live music, a large bonfire on the waterfront there to celebrate summer solstice, and then we'll have a special social get-together at Small Craft, which is Hancock's newest third space, right there next to Portview Park. So long drink will be there. There'll be a lot of specials happening there at Small Craft, and then a lot of just good community energy as we kind of kick off the Johannes celebration. Once we get into Saturday, that's where most of the events will take place. Most of those will take place on the Quincy Green right in downtown Hancock, where we'll have a Finnish long drink beer garden, a midsummer pole raising festival ceremony, and then lots of Finnish dancing, lawn games, and a lot of activities happening. Food, a Tory market, lots of just good community energy on Saturday, and then that'll culminate in the evening with a Finnish dance that'll take place at the Finnish American Heritage Center right next to Quincy Green. So a lot of really good energy, good activity, a lot of opportunity for camaraderie, and then again, just kind of kicking back and doing what we do really well in the Keweenaw, which is enjoying summer.
Fantastic. Brad, that's all the time we have. Thanks so much for coming on today.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
And coming up tomorrow on Insights, it's time to spring into scouting. We'll chat with the Michigan Crossroads Council about an event this weekend where families can learn all about scouting opportunities. And Mike Ludlum has your sports headlines after the break. We'll be right back.
I can see clearly now. No matter how you start your day, one thing is clear.
Actually, two things. Pretty sure it's three.
Guys, whether it's news, money, health, or wellness, sports, movies, or even inspiration.
Clearly, CBS Mornings is the place to be. That's like 7 things.
Okay, clearly, I'm bad at math, always been.
Clearly.
Okay. Clearly, CBS Mornings, weekdays at 7 on CBS.
Tony's Green Thumb in Bark River is open for business. Tony's is your one-stop shop for all your garden and flower needs. Known for a huge variety of big, beautiful baskets, gorgeous planters, and over 600 varieties of vegetables and flowers to choose from. Open daily, come see why people travel over 100 miles to Tony's Green Thumb. Tony's Green Thumb, where beautiful gardens begin.
Direct.
Don't you ever look up at the sky and roll your eyes. You hear me?
Yes.
Realistic.
I will maybe have a tendency to spend too much and won't be able to pay your rent.
He holds the line.
I resent it, and I resent you for doing it.
Mathis Court is in session.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS. Tonight's sports is brought to you by the Window Store.
Why should you consider re-siding your home? Your home is the largest investment you'll make. Protect it with new siding installed by the experts at the Window Store. We offer a range of affordable, high-quality siding options, including premium ABC seamless steel siding with attractive financing options available. And we install all winter long across the entire UP. Schedule your appointment today and enjoy the Window Store experience for yourself. Your clear choice is the Window Store.
Good evening, everyone. 8 Marquette High School seniors have signed national letters of intent to continue one of their sports in college. The signings, pictures, and interviews took place this afternoon in the cafeteria. Most of the athletes will play basketball or run cross country or track, but what you may not know is Marquette has one of the top high school mountain bikers around. Sam Paternoster is a 2-time individual state champion who has placed in the top 10 in at least 8 times in national events in her age group. Paternoster will head west to Colorado Mesa University in Grand Junction. The Mavericks have won the last 5 varsity collegiate national championships.
Like, it was a dream to go there, like, my whole life. Like, I've heard about it. And then my coach kind of reached out to them, and from there had conversations with the coaches there, and then got on the team. It's really beautiful there, and like with the mountains and the elevation, and just like the community there is like revolved around like outdoor recreation and like mountain biking. So like the big people that I raced against like in the national series are all from out west. So I'm really excited to be able to like train with them and be able to race out there.
I pick Alma because I love the coaching staff, Coach Fitzpatrick and Coach Burse, and the campus I really liked, and just another opportunity for me to continue my basketball career.
Where do you think you fit in on the team?
I'm not quite sure yet, honestly, but that's for me to find out.
I visited there and I got to meet some of the team and the coach, and they were all just so welcoming, and it's not too far from home, so I really like the area, and I'm just glad to be continuing basketball. So there's a lot of new girls this year, so I think we're all going to be kind of in the same boat, and I think it'll be a good experience for me.
We'll hear from the other Sentinel athletes about their futures tonight on your WZMQ 19 News at 11. High school softball district action continues today in Division II. Escanaba defeated Sault Ste. Marie 10-3. Chloe Dubord had 2 home runs and 4 RBI. Brile Reinhardt had 3 RBI and a home run as well. Petoskey scored 6 runs in the 6th inning to blank Houghton 10-0. And in the district final, it was Escanaba getting a perfect game from Grayson LaMarche with 16 strikeouts as the Eskimos defeated Petoskey 3-0. Katie Lamb drove in all 3 runs. In Division 4, Brimley excused Newberry 11-6. Rudyard ran past Pickford 14-1. And in this district final, it was Rudyard over the Bays by the count of 11-0. The NBA has one final team all set to go, and it's the team that's cheering right now. That Oklahoma City Thunder is doing pretty well. Chad Holmgren, a nice dunk off the pass from Shea Gilgeous-Alexander last night to give the Thunder a 5-3 lead. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander had another outstanding evening. He went on to help his team with 34.7 rebounds and 8 assists. OKC goes on to win this one 124-94. They win the series 4-1. Now they wait their final opponent. And Kevin, we'll send it back to you.
Thanks, Mike. Today, Delta County organizations hit the links to support the preservation of Gladstone's railroad history. The Soo Line Steam Engine number 730 Authority hosted its annual golf tournament at the Escanaba Country Club. The Authority hopes to bring in $15,000 for the continued upkeep of the steam engine that stands along M35 and a potential museum that would tell the story of Gladstone and the Soo Line.
My great-grandfather, my grandfather, and my dad all worked for the Soo Line Railroad. My grandfather actually rode that steam engine onto where it is right now. It's important that we save the history of the Soo Line Railroad, because without the Soo Line Railroad, Gladstone probably wouldn't be there.
Golfers also had a chance to win a new Jeep Compass by getting a hole-in-one on the 13th green. And when we come back, Kelly Rowland has our final look at weather. Stay tuned.
What happens when reporters take you inside the story?
I've been asking for over a year and a half for access into this place, and this is the first time we're getting it.
You get the all-new CBS Evening News every weeknight.
When migraine strikes, do you question the trade-offs of treating? Ubrelvy is another option. It works fast, and most have migraine pain relief within 2 hours. You can treat it anytime, anywhere. Tell your doctor all medicines you take. Don't take if allergic or with strong CYP3A4 inhibitors. Get help right away for allergic reactions like trouble breathing, face, mouth, tongue, or throat swelling, which may occur hours to days after. Side effects include nausea and sleepiness. Migraine pain relief starts with you. Learn how AbbVie could help you save on Ubrelvy.
Our child has autism. He doesn't usually elope, but one day he did, and it was the most terrifying moment of our lives.
If I didn't have a home security system, I would have realized way too late he's gone. He could have drowned or been hit by a car.
We couldn't imagine life without our son. We cannot emphasize enough the importance of having secure doors for our family.
Don't wait. Your child's safety is everything. Call 800-895-8120.
Here's your WZMQ CBS This is Home Community Calendar.
She's inquisitive.
What led to this young lady finding you in this compromising situation?
And firm.
The only thing that matters in this particular courtroom, sir, is how I see it.
Watch Equal Justice with Judge Ebony K. Williams.
Weekdays on WZMQ CBS.
Welcome back. We do have some sunshine across the Upper Peninsula, especially for Marquette on our 19 News Skycam. And don't forget, we have an air quality warning. It's really going to impact tomorrow, especially for the western half of the Upper Peninsula. Comfortable temperatures tonight into the lower 60s. We do have mostly cloudy skies, and because of the wildfire coming down from Canada, it's going to have a cold front, so we are going to have a bit of some chilled temperatures over the weekend, but the week ahead brings much warmer temperatures and lots of sunshine.
Kelly, thanks again. And finally tonight, a VA medical center in Iron Mountain is starting a new program to honor their veterans. The Oscar G. Johnson VA Medical Center announced their new Hall of Heroes program earlier this month and are now accepting nominations for veteran honorees. It's meant to honor veterans, both living and deceased, who have shown exemplary courage in the line of duty or made significant impact on their local communities. The medical center's Veteran Experience Officer says honoring their veterans is an important part of the care they offer.
Heroes program is close to my heart. It honors the courage and service of our veterans during their military service and at home in their community. And this is what inspires us at Oscar G. Johnson for the care that we give our veterans.
New nominees will be inducted every year around Veterans Day. That's all we have for now, everyone. We'll see you later tonight.